for round 5 of IRC Elite League. Of course, we are yeah, so right in the heart of Spain, and an absolutely well, it's an absolutely great track, isn't it? But this could be the last time we could be racing on this track, as if the rumours are true about Spain being dropped off the calendar next season or anything to go by, which is a big shame, really. I must admit though, a lot of the Grand Prix here in Spain are quite sometimes can be quite like bit of like a follow leader kind of Grand Prix, mainly because they basically the amount of testing that goes on here is just unreal. So yeah, obviously everyone's got the perfect setup, haven't they? As oh, excuse me. And we're just getting ready to go then. So and before we do so, let's just quickly do the usual of share the stream across the globe, as it were, and we'll get going. Of course, so before we do get going, of course, a huge congratulations to Dave Shaw on the birth of his baby boy. So yeah, congratulations to Dave Shaw and his partner. Absolutely fantastic stuff. And also another it was basically the days of the IRC baby show. So Todd also welcomed in his baby daughter as well yesterday as well. So congrats to both those guys and their partners. Absolutely amazing stuff. So yeah, brilliant that was yesterday. So yeah, congrats to them, and yeah, hopefully they're enjoying the stream. And yeah, I'm hoping that they're both actually, you know, watching the stream then for the first time, their first ever IRC race. And let's hope that the elite guys give them exactly what they're expecting. And that's a great race today. And look at the heat haze as the heat haze coming off the tarmac there. Oh, it's a blisteringly hot day out there in Spain. Yeah, because this track has been on the calendar now since 1991. So it's a big shame to lose Barcelona. But I feel that the amount of testing that goes on around here is definitely a car circuit, isn't it? And the amount of testing that goes on around here, basically, it's no surprise in that how the cars are just set up exactly to bolt to the ground, really, isn't it? So yeah. As you can see, we're on board. Slim Energy comes out now. So we've got a couple of debutants out there. So let's well, a couple of debutants, returnees, all sorts out there. So let's go through them, shall we? Of course, we have got. So we're just watching Slim there, just on his outlap at the moment. Car 2 in the Alfa Romeo. And of course, Dave M, a returnee, is returning back to IRC. I think this will be the first time he drives in the Elite League, though. So great to see Dave M here. We've also got a new Greek driver of Samiraz, I think it is. If I butchered his name, which I think I have, I apologise. And but yeah, it's great to see these guys in the lobby, and it's great to see them taking part here. Of course, so in Q1, this is a chance we're not expecting to lose anyone in Q1 because we expect 15 drivers to go through. So this session is more of a practice session at the moment. Look at the heat haze there. Blimey, it's really hot around here, isn't it? Of course, Spanish Grand Prix usually takes place in May, doesn't it? And it's usually quite a hot one, isn't it? Apart from '96, where probably one of the wettest Grand Prix in history. And look at Slim going right off there, going right off the track there, and onto the tarmac runoff area. Anyway, let's just quickly touch base with the drivers' championship then. Of the Elite League then. So at the moment we've got Deneen, who is still leading the championship by 3 points at the moment. That's a narrow margin, isn't it? Sam Sturr, 2 wins in a row now. Of course, that rerun in Bahrain on the Saturday, absolutely dominant, wasn't he? So now he's on 50 points, 2 wins so far for Sam Sturr, looking absolutely phenomenal out there. Got yellow flag in sector 2. We're just watching Slim now coming down the back straight there. Vanquish is third at the moment on 5 points behind, with Crazy Power having an awesome start to the season. Both Ferrari drivers third and fourth at the moment. Absolutely phenomenal stuff. 5 points back. Jamie is now either 11 points back, and then we got Blaz. Great start to the season for Blaz. He had a bit of a difficult time in Bahrain, but he still come through to score some really good points. Slim is now just coming across the line, and he's done a 22-4 there. On board the championship leader Deneen at the moment, and he is coming across the line as well. We've got a couple of comments then, and Lucas as Deneen's gone faster than 1:18.1 there, so almost 6 tenths of a second quicker at the moment Then, well, Slim didn't even set a time, and Dave has set a time, and no, hasn't he? Dave M, of course, in the Red Bull. Oh, this is going to get confusing, isn't it? Oh, he's got my number. Excellent stuff. So Dave Carr 21 then is in second round. Carton has gone up to third in the half. As he's coming down the back straight at the moment. Let's take a look, see how that we've got Hills of Rap then coming across the line, and he is fourth at the moment. Good stuff. Slim is having another crack out there now. Blazer is on the back straight at the moment in the Toro Rosso, and just having a quick look to see what the comments are. Yeah, Lucas has said good evening. Good evening to you, Lucas, as well. I'm hoping that you have a good race today. We're just on board Blazer. Lovely shot over the show there. BP just about to start us up in the beautiful orange McLaren. We've got Samster out there as well. He's the foreman man, isn't he? 2 wins. He is on 50 points, and is really, to be honest, I feel that he had a difficult start to the season, didn't he? But he's really started to come alive, hasn't he? Later on, watching the debutant now, and here he is. It's Samarellas, who's I hope I'm not saying that right, annoying, but he is on his first flying lap then, and a lovely helmet as well. On board then, he's in the second sector now. Jonathan Cox said, "Good evening, guys. Good luck to all the elite drivers." Yeah, of course, Jonathan Cox, who's a super driver. I've just learned it's his birthday on Friday as well, so hope that Jonathan has a good birthday. But before then, I hope he has a good race as well in tomorrow's race course, which the super drivers are also in the Spanish capital of Barcelona. I think it's the Spanish capital, which shows how bad my geography is. And of course, we got Tim Butler as well. Hope you guys have a good race. Looking forward to race this track tomorrow night in the Super League. Yeah, great to see Tim Butler out there as well. And you can see I struggle with names, to be honest. I only know people by their gamer tags. Anyway, here comes Samarala coming across the line, and he goes 6th at the moment, and he is a couple of seconds off the pace at the moment. But of course, he's just got to get himself into it. Remember, this is not going to be. I think the people might still be just getting their eye in at the moment. Nigel, Jamie, and Knowlesy. Let's change his name again, Knowlesy has. He's now Knowlesy ATK, and he comes across the line. It's Timmy. And Dave's retired from the session, so he's happy with that. And so Tim Butler is actually Timmy, but I wasn't just randomly saying Timmy. Tim Butler then is Timmy, and it's his birthday tomorrow as well, of course. Good. I hope you have a good birthday as well tomorrow, Timmy. And I'm really looking forward to seeing Timmy on the grid tomorrow as well, because he had a fantastic Azerbaijan Grand Prix, didn't he, just over a week ago? Fantastic indeed, really. So yeah, looking forward to seeing what Timmy can do tomorrow. Blas is I think just checking out the scenery there, and that's I think that was a Ferrari in the background. Of course, we haven't got Crazy Power in the session at the moment. You can see we've got a couple of retirements out there at the moment. Who else out there? We've got Jacob, and Jacob was a bit unlucky, wasn't he? Where was he? I think it was China, wasn't it? I think. Blimey. It feels like, to be honest, this season's going to watch. Oh, look at that, he's got his snap steer. Oh, he's on the wall. Is he out? He's out. He's out. And unfortunately, that means he ain't going to participate in Q2. And that is, and that's a big blow there for Jacob there. Of course, Jacob, we was expecting Jacob to be, in the top 10, but that is a big blow indeed. And you can see just how the car gets very skittish there between 7 and 8, I think that is. And that's a big blow indeed. Carton's gone up to 4th for the moment. We got Lucas, who's I think he's on the beach too early now. Lucas is. He might need to get himself back on the track. Of course, Fernando Alonso had that really weird crash there in pre-season, didn't he? Was it 2015? Yeah, a really weird one, wasn't it? Of course, when he returned back to the McLaren team, didn't he? So Slim is now coming across. He hasn't set a time yet, Slim, but he's on DRS range now. And he still hasn't. I think that Slim might be teasing us out there. Samster, Nigel, Jamie's on an outlap, as is Nosey as well. And of course, then so I am right. It is Tim's birthday tomorrow, and it is Timmy's birthday is on race day as well. So yeah, I hope he has a good result tomorrow. As I said, in Azerbaijan, he looked like a big deal, didn't he? So yeah, looking forward to see what he can do. What he can do tomorrow. Really hard. Of course, that was his only second race in IRC, so he's just going to get more and more confident. And here comes Jamie then. Of course, he's quite high up in the championship at the moment. On board with him now. Let's just go on a lap around then for the Mercedes driver then. So we're on board then. One of the longest straights then, longest start straights and the longest distance down into the first braking zone. You can see he takes a wider line into turn 1 and 2. turn 2, you have to be very careful because the back end can get very light there. Ooh, bit of correction there coming into turn 3 now. Expecting, you know, full throttle and coming up into turn 4. The end of the first sector there is a 22. Now into turn 4 there, took 2 bites of the cherry there, didn't he? Now into turn 5 here, and to be honest, it's a bit of a downhill braking point now. Exiting away nicely, going a bit over the AstroTurf end. Now coming up into 7 and 8 then. This is where it's in Jacob there, crashed on the inside there, just there you see a bit of debris there. Into the brilliantly fast turn 9, going up for the second DRS zone. Going slightly wide, not too wide there. We've had awful crashes there back in the day. We've had Hulkenberg, we've also had Kovalainen there as well. Now into the turn 10, of course, the newer part of the circuit. 11 and 12, the car gets slightly floaty here. You can see another long turning. A lot of thermal degradation. I can never say degradation when I'm on the stream. I think I'm just nervous, guys. Now into the Mickey Mouse chicane. This is, you can see a very yeah, it's not as good as the old sectors where it's just a fast blast into the first sector, and Jamie goes into third position moment on an 18.6 moment. Remember, the track is very green. Good time there from Jamie. We're on board with the super champion, which is of course Nosey, and he's I think he'll be very disappointed with the start of his year so far. Of course, driving the Red Bull. And you can see clumping those curves there, quite nice as well. He's got a new teammate this weekend in the terms of Dave M. And of course we've got we got another comment, Benito by I tell you what, I think I think I need to learn to say names really, don't I? By Constantino. Well, I hope you're enjoying this. I hope you're all enjoying the stream, everyone. And it's great to have you along with us. 15 viewers, excellent stuff. And yeah, they've all probably got me turned down, which to be honest is probably the best thing for your ears. Slim is still out there, he's on the 23 side. He's going for long runs, I reckon, Slim is. So Slim is going for race prep, I reckon. Excellent stuff indeed then for Slim, close car too. Samster out there as well. I think he's doing something very similar to Slim at the moment. Oh, Nigel's gone off in turn 9, I think it is. It is turn 9. Oh, you can see, as we said earlier, Kovalainen's had a big old crash on the outside there. I think when his tyre burst, wasn't it? I think was it his front left. And then, of course, Hulkenberg had a big old crash there in 2010, where, of course, I think that was in practice, though. So in the Williams, of course, when he was there, I can't believe that Hulkenberg, 2010, when Hulkenberg first started out, first debuted in Formula 1, feels almost a decade ago. That's incredible, isn't it? Wow, how time flies. And as you can see, then Nigel there just recovered at the moment. Jamie has retired from the session as well. We got 6 minutes ago. Samster is just going across the line. There's 17.8 there. Once again, Samster is showing that he is the class of the field at the moment. The question is his rival's got anything to match that? We're on board with Slim, of course. Slim was second in the championship last year. He's had a bit of a rough, it's kind of deja vu, really. A couple of drivers have had a really rough start at the moment in this season. So as you can see, Slim comes across the line and he's done a 21.4. That's his first time, but remember, he's done 4 laps on those soft compound tyres, so he is just trying to get his eye in, I think. And the rest of them are all on the pits. Then we've got 5 and 3/4 minutes to go then here in Spain. Yes, of course. Then yeah, so really the history of this track, it'd be a shame to see this track go, I must admit. I'm gonna be honest, it hasn't been some of these races here have been quite like follow the leader kind of thing. Some of the races haven't been exactly the most exciting ones, but we have actually seen some really good quality racing around here as well. Of course, I mentioned 96. Of course, if that wet race in 96 happened today, that race wouldn't have gone ahead, would it? And Schumacher just showed his class that day, didn't he? I think he is. Samster's taking the old part of the track. To be honest, he might be a bit like me, where he preferred the old track. Also, it was a fast blast, wasn't it? The final 2 sector with the final 2 corners, absolutely amazing stuff. And you can see then Samster then coming into the pits. So you can see the pit lane, nice spacious pit lane this is here in Spain. Well, Spain is used quite heavily for the pre-season tests and stuff like that, which is what you probably get a lot of 2x2 rows here. Yeah, anyway, yeah, 96 was a quality race, wasn't it, really? Of course, Schumacher was absolutely class of the field. One with stunning drives there. Of course, Damon Hill had a bit of a difficult race. Of course, that was his championship winning year in 96. But he had a very difficult race. He had 3 spins, of course, before ending up in the inside wall of the final turn. There's Williams. Yeah, it was a very difficult race. Nigel's back out there now. Probably just wants to get a time in, because he's on the soft compound tire again, as he's just on an outlap at the moment. And you can see him just getting himself. You can see just a bit of a wiggle going on there. Yeah, of course, 2030 is. Oh, Nigel's gone off again there. He's lacks of concentration there from Nigel. In the Haas, to be honest, as I keep saying every race, one of my favourite liveries. I love the golden, the rich energy livery. Yeah, and anyway, where was I? Oh yeah, I was rattling on about the history of this track. Yeah, 2013 was an interesting race, wasn't it? Of course, the Mercedes front two rows, but unfortunately, back then the tyres were absolutely they were so sensitive, and they were just degrading. And as we got our new Greek friend, who's unfortunately retired, Samarellas, as retired from the session. Don't worry, he should be back in time for Q2. And yeah, so yeah, 2013, of course, I think Hamilton finished 12th in the end when he started on the front row, and Rosberg finished 6th. The tyres was just extreme. It was 5 pit stops, I think, in total. So you needed 6 sets of tyres just to complete the race. I think that's way too many pit stops, really. It was hard to keep up that day, wasn't it? Of course, 2016, and quite an infamous race as well. Of course, both Mercedes crashed into each other, didn't they, in turn 3. And Max Verstappen on his Red Bull debut, come through to win his first race, really, for Red Bull. Fantastic stuff that was. That was an incredible day, it really was. We're just on board then with Nigel then, so he's just attacking his lap now. Of course, 1994 as well was a good race as well. Schumacher had an absolutely stupendous drive, didn't he? He was stuck in 5th gear, and somehow he got that Benetton home to finish in 2nd position. Fantastic stuff. Damon Hill won the race, of course. But yeah, I think the driver of the day, if they had driver of the day back then, it was definitely absolutely fantastic driving from Schumacher there. Of course, if you remember back in '94, you can see that the outside of turn 9 there is that was actually where that was the track the configuration track they was racing on back then. They had these tires to break up the circuit, so the cars down after. Oh, Nigel's really struggling with the setup here, and that is going to really hurt him for the race, because you need a good setup on this track. And unfortunately, of course, the reason why they had the tires to slow the cars down was, of course, that awful race in Imola, wasn't it? Which happened about 2 races before this 94 Spanish Grand Prix. Nigel got on 10 faster than 19.6. So yeah, it was a bit. So from those races onwards, we had all sorts of weird and wonderful track configurations, didn't we, to try and slow the cars down. So we got 1 minute to go, and of course we have got Wilco in the chat. Of course, Dave M fan club present. You go, mate. Excellent stuff to have a fan club. We hope to have. I like to hope that every driver in this race has a fan club or not. I'm just waiting for Blaz to retire. So as Blaz has probably put his feet up, and it's just chilling out at the moment as the time ticks down. And then Blaz retired as well then. So that's in the Q1. So unfortunately for Jacob, he hit the wall on the inside of turn 8, which means he is out of qualifying, and that's a bit of a blow really for Jacob. So he will not be taking part in Q2. But we do have 14 drivers taking part in Q2, and we got to narrow this field down to 10. So the next qualifying session we'll be determining 11th to 14th positions. So yeah, get yourself bolted in, everyone. This is gonna be fantastic. And yes, we do have a slim fan club here as well. Lee Gilsris here, slim fan club, excellent stuff. I wonder if I think that might be his brother. And of course, Nigel's not happy with the setup, as he's just commented this setup with a less than impressed smiley face. Right, we're into Q2 now then, so this is where the action's really going to heat up. And to be honest, can it get any hotter in Spain? Well, not at the moment, but the track conditions out there, the heat haze was incredible, wasn't it, earlier on? And excellent stuff. I was a bit concerned there, I was going to have to do it without graphics, and that would have been interesting. So you see them, we've already got all sorts of wonderful tyre combinations. Oh, sorry, not brother, dad. My apologies. So yeah, it's great to see Slim's dad actually cheering on his young boy. So excellent stuff. Yeah, I apologise. I can talk about F1 all day, but anything else, you know, I struggle. As now the car is coming out onto the track then, and you can see there's a long pit exit as well. As we're just on board with Hilser then, who's just on his outlap at the moment. He's on the hard compound tyre then. So what we've got here then is we're going to see all sorts of colours on the tyre markings. So we have got the white tyres is the hard, we got the yellow is the medium, and the red is the soft compound tyre. And oh phew. And Lee just said no worries. Oh, I thought I was in a bit of trouble then with the admins. Anyway, then, so we're just watching then as we're getting on. I think Samster's leading the queue out there as well, isn't he? Absolutely, he's on the medium compound tyre. So remember, if you qualify in the top 10, you must start on that tyre which you set your fastest time on. So that's why everyone's not choosing the soft compound tyre. And now he's coming down the second DR zone. There's two DR zones around the Barcelona circuit, of course, on the back straight. And then we also have one between turn 9 and turn 10. And Samster's just about to start us up now. We've only got 13 minutes left in this session, so it's not too long really to get a time in, really. Even though I must admit this track, I remember back in the days, Samster is just teasing us, so he's coming back in the pit straight away. So maybe he wasn't too fond with the medium compound tyre. Hilsrup is the first man to cross the line, and here we go then. So Hilsrup is on lap, as is Knowlesy, who's behind him. Knowlesy is on the soft compound tyre. Knowlesy usually likes to oh, and Hilsrup there getting a bit of oversteer in turn 2 there. He clipped a bit too much of the curve there. Car 13 in the Mercedes. And look at that. To be honest, it's great to watch an F1 car around there, isn't it? It's fantastic stuff. Hills are out with the very unique salmon pink helmet, I would call that. He's now coming into Samster has left the session. That is not good at all for Samster. Of course, to be honest, he's looking very strong at the moment, isn't he? Hopefully, he can get himself back in the session very soon. And to be honest, I got everything crossed for him that he does come back in the session. Now Hilsrup is coming down the back straight then, and he's joined. Phew, panic over, guys. Ooh, and Hilsrup has got a very flighty rear end there, hasn't he? Unfortunately, on part firme now, so you cannot change the your setup. Part firme, I think it's a French word, but I can't remember exactly what it is. Is it? I don't know. I read it on one of the interesting facts where on one of the old F1 games where they used to have interesting facts come across the bottom of the screen. Hills are out goes a 20.1. I'm sure it's part from it. It's like I don't know. I don't know. if someone knows what it's for, then let me know. I'm sure it's something to do with like pounded or something like that. Like you know, where your car's been impounded. Jake was left for session. Hopefully he'll come back in a second. BP is going there third fastest. Everyone's on the hard compound tyre apart from Deneen. Deneen is our championship leader at the moment. Lucas has gone second, also on the medium compound as well. Good stuff. And we've got 4 qualifiers at the moment here in Barcelona. And of course, one of the as I said in the opening, and this could potentially be the last time that we visit the as a Dave M goes for fastest on the hard compound tyre. This might be the last time we actually visit Barcelona for a couple of years. With of course F1 return to Holland for Zandvoort. I think the only race where I was in Zandvoort, because I must admit I was a bit too young for F1 when they last raced at Zandvoort, but I think it was that A1 series, if anyone remembers that, the World Cup of Motorsport, and I remember it was on Sky Sports, and it was absolutely bucking it down out there when they were showing coverage of that. Samarellis has just gone up into 7th position at the moment in the McLaren. Apart from it is a closed parking lot. Thanks, Willow. Excellent stuff. Great to have some knowledgeable viewers out there to help me along my way. Excellent. I knew it was something like that, but I just can't remember what it was. I read it off a random one of the old F1 games. I can't remember which one it was now. Slim is just about to complete a lap now. He's on the medium compound tyre. Summerez is on the soft compound tyre. Nigel, BP, Hills are up, and Dave M is all on the medium compound tyre. And of course, the hard compound tyre, and then the medium compound tyre is Lucas and Deneen. As Slim is now coming back into the pits. It didn't look like a attack of kind of lap blast out there at the moment. Samster's back out there. Carton's on the lap. Vanquish is on an outlap as well. Jamie's also on an outlap coming through that. Oh, we rejoined Carton when he was struggling to keep hold of the car there as he's coming into the chicane now. Yeah, so is Yeah, so basically, so it's closed, so nobody can change their setup overnight. So yeah, that's where the part firmate comes from. And Carton goes second fast at the moment. Good stuff there from Carton, and getting himself right in the mix. And Jamie, doing one under there around the on chicane there as he's now accelerating away. I think that was more of a just trying to get himself sorted. Blaz there with the pink helmet there. Car 15, and what does he do as he comes across the line? I think that this is more of a that's more of an outlap there, isn't it? Samster's on his quick lap now, and he is now in the middle sector. Car 19 then in the racing point. I read a comment earlier about very nervous, very twitchy the car is there. Samster has thrown it around there. It's great to see, isn't it? I must admit, I love seeing an F1 car when it's right at the limit. It is really good to see. And look at the rake on that car, because the rear ring just stick it up it's quite impactful, isn't it? It's amazing. Anyway, as Samster now coming into the Mickey Mouse section end of Barcelona. Yeah, I do prefer the old configuration where it's the very fast two right-handers towards the end of the session before the end of the lap, and Samster comes into the pits. Blaz is on a quick, looking very quick out there, but you can see his Urza. Oh, and I think he was trying to, we got a yellow flag, don't worry, that's just Jamie there just trying to get out of the way. Accelerating away now, coming into the final sector now, then you can see Blaz there getting a bit of understeer there, drifting that wide. That's what we want, and then coming into the final part of the lap now. And what is he going to do? Is he going to box, or is he going to box? Is he going to stay? He's staying out. Blaz is. Of course, Blaz has done very well in his jump up from Super to Elite this season. And what does he do? He goes third fastest, just in front of his teammates. Well, 3 seconds in front of his 3 tenths in front of his teammate at the moment. And he is third. And Blaz is up for that. So he is now going to park it. And as Carton is just coming into the pits at the moment, as you can see, we've also got Mercedes in the background there as well. Vanquish then is about to complete his lap, I believe. Where does Vanquish go? He goes full fast at the moment. Vanquish does. Remember, this man was unstoppable last season. The only time as we've got retirement there is Samarelas is unfortunately out of the race, out of qualifying, which is a big blow really, because that means he's going to be out of qualifying as well. You have to qualify within the top 10 to get through to the top 10 shootout, and that's a big blow for Sunrise, unless he's happy to start outside and just choose his tire strategy. Also in danger at the moment is Samster, Jamie and Slim. Those are 3 big names at the moment, which is at the bottom of the pile. They ain't going to be liking that at the moment, are they? Yeah, as I was saying, as Slim's now on the lap now, yeah, but as I was saying, Vanquish there was absolutely dominant last year. He was untouchable, wasn't he? Some great racing, but, well, I would say he was dominant, but he was involved with some great races as well, wasn't he? Vanquish was, of course. I always mention this every stream, and you probably get sick of me here saying about it, but the British Grand Prix, that 4-way battle was amazing. Of course, it was both Ferraris, it was Slim, it was Samster, it was Carton, and it was Vanquish. A lock up on the inside there. He didn't drift too wide, so he's okay. Getting on a bit of the AstroTurf there, Slim does, but he's looking good here. And you can see now coming up into the car gets very fly around there, does it? That's where Jacob unfortunately lost there. I'm not sure if Jacob's back in this session at the moment. I hope he will be fairly soon. And I've got an invite from Carton. Well, I've got an invite from Carton. That's I've turned my notifications off on the stream now, so when I look at my phone, that's usually when I see my invites. And there's a Red Bull there just cruising at the moment. Yo, flying in sector 3. I'm not sure why I've got an invite. I'm still in the right session, isn't I? I ended up just randomly talking, have I? Probably. I always am. Anyway, yeah, but coming through the final section now is Slim is now accelerating away, and he is about to start another lap, I feel, because I think he abandoned that halfway through. So Slim is on his second lap now. What about Samster? He is starting his lap then. Of course, he is the man in form at the moment, isn't he? Flying in the racing point. Yeah, as I was mentioning earlier, of course, very mean fan actually renamed No Point Racing, which is I thought was a bit harsh. So yeah, but to be honest, I think the Racing Point team will start to be a lot better in the second half of the season. I feel the problems they had towards the end of last season with financial difficulties and things like that has really hindered them to begin the start of the season. But yeah, he's yeah, but I think Racing Point will be a lot stronger next season, towards the end of the season and into next season. Samster, though, that's not a problem that Samster's going to be worried about at the moment. Of course, remember, it doesn't matter about all these cars are unequal, so this just shows how talented these drivers are. and you can see taking a lot of the inside curve there, Samson. You can see the car drifting out wide there. Brilliant stuff indeed. Of course, as you can see, he's dropping down to third gear then. Now he's up to fourth. He drops down to second gear then for this very difficult, very slow, very tight chicane. And now accelerating away then, powering up to the line. Of course, the finish line comes up quite quickly at you, and he's gone fastest on a 1:18.3. That's a good time there from Samster. Again, showing his strong pace at the moment, isn't he? Car 19. Slim is just behind him, and he's gone second on a 18.7 there for Slim. So he is second, and he's happy with that. Oh, and who's that? Oh, Samster there is just pulling off the track. So at the moment, we got 3 3/4 minutes to go. In the drop zone at the moment is BP, Nigel, Samarales, and of course Jamie. At the moment, Hills are up and is probably in a bit of danger, and I would say Dave is as well. Lucas, I would be a bit. Oh, that's a dangerous release there, but I suppose the mechanics don't care on this game, do they? So you can see as they're coming out of the track now. So BP is starting out then in the McLaren as he's now powering down the start finish rate. Remember, the start tomorrow is going to be absolutely crucial. At the moment, everyone in the top 10 is on the medium compound tyre. So is anyone going to throw a set of soft tyres on and just try and upset the apple cart here? They're going to have a better launch, because they will have a better launch because they'll have stickier tyres. He's 4/10 up in the first sector. BP is. That's a very good first sector there in the McLaren, and he's now coming up to turn 5. Of course, it's a bit downhill here. I find that corner very satisfying for some reason. And now coming up to 7 and 8. This is a brilliant bit of chicane here, isn't it? And if you get it right again, that's absolutely sweet. Now into turn 9. The chances of one of the best parts of the track in the world, isn't it? This is. And now into turn 10 and so in the final section. Now what is he doing? He's a second quicker. That is going to pull him inside the top 10. That's going to put him around the Vanquish area, the Vanquish and Knowlesy area at the moment. And at the moment then we still got 2 minutes to go, but the guys got to start to think about coming out now. Dave's out, Hills Rap's out as well. Lucas has chosen to stay in, as has Knowlesy and Vanquish. They feel that they're safe, and they got 3/10 over Dave M at the moment. The BP comes across the line, and he goes second. That's a great final sector, a brilliant final sector for BP. So he has thrown himself right in the mix. Is that track evolution, or is that BP just sandbagging at the beginning? I reckon it's probably a bit of both, to be honest. Hills Rap starts this up now. We've also out lap zone for Lucas, Dave M, and Nigel. Hills Rap is on board with him now. Powering his turn. A lovely shot here of the side pod here of the Mercedes then. Of course, the Greek driver then, let's see what's he going to do. I'm hoping that Jacob comes back soon. Because yeah, it'd be great to see Jacob in there, because it would also be good for you guys to see him come through the field as well. As just taking a look then, as we got McLaren there. Oh, that's alright, he's just in lap. And anyway then, Hills Rap then is accelerating away then, so he's in the second sector now. As you can see, ERS can be drained quite quickly around here, so you've got to be very cautious on ERS. So you've got to be, it's got very tactful. It's very tactful now, this Formula 1 isn't it? It's not just drive fast. You've got to drive consistently. It's all the gizmos you've got to manage as well. Hills Rap is a second quicker. Danina's retired from the session. Don't worry. He's not in the wall. He's just in the garage. And Hills Rap then is coming through then. So he's a second quicker. Where's that going to put him? That should pull him around Carton. To be honest, I predict BP should be around Vanquish. Vanquish is out of the pit, so he doesn't feel that secure. And Lucas is out as well. Knowlesy is taking a risk and has stayed in. And Hills Rap goes second fastest end. So great stuff, and these guys are improving all the time. Jamie is out there at the moment. He's got 24 seconds to get around there. Nigel's on the lap at the moment, and so Nigel's 3/10 to a second quicker. Dave is on the lap as well, and it's Lucas as well. Because Hills Rap is retired, but I think he's happy with his time. He is well within there. He should be safe then. So we got everyone out there apart from Knowlesy then. And so then we're on board Dave M then. He's Knowlesy's teammate. Knowlesy is in 9th position, and so I feel that Knowlesy might be regretting not coming out now. That's it. Knowlesy is the first one to finish, so he can't improve his time then. All these guys right now. What does Dave go through? Dave goes 5th fastest for Vanquish. We've got a car on the side of the road. Don't worry about that. I think that's Lucas is 7,000 of a second quicker. Lovely shot of the Mickey Mouse chicane there, accelerating away then. And now Nigel then comes through the final corner then. What's he doing? Is this going to be good enough to get himself in the top 10? He goes 7th fastest. He's not Knowlesy. He's the first man to be eliminated then. Well, he's not the first man, but he's been eliminated from the session then. And And now he comes across the line, and what does Lucas do? Lucas stays 11th fastest. He'd be disappointed that Jamie's on that lap at the moment. Who else are there? Vanquish is on the lap as well. So Vanquish is 2/10 of a second up at the moment. He's just about in. He's just about within there. But I feel that he's going to have a lot of. He's going to be a bit nervous there from Jamie. Then Jamie's in 14th position at the moment. So Summer Ellis does not qualify as unfortunately out. So is Nosey. Lucas is out there as well. We've got one more spot to go. Who's it going to be? And Jamie comes around the final corner and he goes 5th fastest. Great stuff. Vanquish is out of qualifying. But where did I think he did he just get it at the end? I think he did, because Lucas has dropped down to 12th position. Oh, the suspense. Oh, I got XP. Love it. And yes, and Vanquish did actually go through in the end. And look at that, he's on the tail of Samster there. So unfortunately, we have lost in that. Summer Ellis is out. Also, Nosey is out, and Lucas is out, and Blaz is out as well. So yeah, no, I think Nosey just made a comment. Nosey CBA to go out. He couldn't be bothered to go out, everyone. But I think that but remember, this track is notorious for tire wear, so so Nosey might be onto a winner there. So those are the four. So those are the four that have been eliminated. Now we're into Q3 then. So this is where we're going to see the cars be absolutely electric around this track. And I don't mean Formula E style. I mean yeah. Well, maybe electric was the wrong word. But they're going to be sublime in a minute. So we're just waiting for the game to catch up. We hear engines, and Slim is once again out of the pits, and I think he's first. I can't see. Well, the wing mirror is in front of us, so we can't see. I think he is the first man out. He is, and you can see we've got a queue behind him then. So Slim doesn't want to be involved in any traffic whatsoever. Remember, in Q3 you get a fresh set of soft compound tires. So we hope to see everyone out there at least once. It'd be nice to see some people out there twice. I think with Q1 not being competitive, I'm hoping that everyone's got a spare set of soft compound tires. And you can see that Slim at the moment, and it's just getting himself warmed up, getting himself ready, because these outlaps are absolutely crucial to get the car in the zone, to make sure don't give off too much, don't take up too much wear on the tires, but also you got to keep the tires in an optimal window. You're the world's fastest heat engineer at the moment, just like we say in the warm-up laps as well. So we got 10 minutes then, so it's more than enough time to get in, do a lap, and get out, do a lap, get back in. Of course, everyone is out of the mode apart from Vanquish, and Vanquish and Jamie are currently 9th and 10th. And I think that by the looks, Jamie is just trying to get himself. Sorry, not Jamie. Jamie was trying to get himself back in the session. Jeffrey, hello and good evening, guys. Good evening, Jeffrey. I'm glad you're here with us, and you're just in time to experience well, the end part of qualifying, but also the main event in just a few minutes' time. And he's here to support our Dave. So of course, Dave has got quite a big fan club out there. As Slim is now coming through turn 3, then, and he is now drifting wide in turn 3. There, you can see that is very nicely done. As the car is sticking to the ground there, absolutely fantastically. Hi guys, nice stream. Yeah. Thanks, Michael. And of course, then so it's great that the Elite guys are putting on a show here for you guys tonight. And the comments have gone wild there, right at the end there, qualifying, absolutely fantastic stuff. Ooh, a bit of back end there for Slim, and accelerating way into turn 9 then. Dave the Cannon, come on. Let's go, Dave. Nosey reckons that Samster's going to walk this. To be honest, Samster's a great driver, but I kind of hope we don't walk this. No offense, Samster, I do like a good race. Everyone's on an outlap now, though. Everyone is out there on track then, and now then it's getting in there, Dave. We'll come to Dave in a minute, as Slim is going to be the first one to cross the line then at the moment then. So we're on board with Slim then in the Alfa Romeo. He powers across the line. Where is he? He's done an 18-1 there at the moment. Good stuff for Slim. Who's next to cross the line then? and it is, and it's Carton who's gone at 1:18.2 there, 10th a second off. Oh, we're getting a bit of the grass there. Hilteraf has gone second now, the group driver, 1:18.1. Look how close that is. Samster's only gone third at the moment. Look at that, 1:18.1, 1:18.1, 1:18.1. That is incredible stuff. That is to 3,000 of a second now. Dave has gone fifth fastest, the most popular guy on the stream at the moment, and 18.2 there for Dave there. He is fifth at the moment. Good stuff from Dave. BP is just about to finish his lap. Nigel is also finished his lap as well. What about Vanquish? He is, so they're all there or thereabouts. So we're going to be on board BP first. BP is oh, he's in the pits then. So, and of course also we got Constantino, who's a big fan of BP, is just coming to the pits. And what about Nigel? Nigel goes 7th fastest at the moment to 19 at the moment. And we're also on board Vanquish. Vanquish coming across the line, and he has gone fast at the moment at 1:18.007. Then he definitely is James Bond-esque. Amazing stuff. We've just got Jacob join the party, and Jamie is just starting his lap now. Are you trying to get back in? Well, hopefully we'll hear from Jacob in just a few minutes. Oh, taking a bit of grass there, Jamie is. And BP has come back in the pits, and so he's the only man who hasn't set a time in yet. And Jamie then is on a... Ooh, as he's getting in there. And of course, Jacob cannot get back in at the moment, which is a bit of a worry. I don't think I can invite anyone, as Jacob has now left the session. Left the party. I don't think I can invite Jacob back in there. And Alex, I know Nosey's just said it won't let us invite Jacob back in. That's a big blow, that is. That really is. And to be honest, it's very frustrating as well. I must admit, when I used to race, I tell the story quite a lot, but getting knocked out halfway through, and Jacob is back in. Excellent stuff there. So Jacob's back in there, and of course Michael has just confirmed it's very close to the top, isn't it? And we'll go through those sessions. We'll go through those in a minute. Vanquish has gone quicker still on the 17.9 now for Vanquish, and Jamie goes in 8th position. Then let's just take stock then of what's going on then. So Vanquish is on pole position by a 17.9, incredible stuff. Then look at all these ones in the 18.1s. Then Slim at 18.1.1. 18.1 18.180, 18.185, 5 thousandths of a second separates the second row of the grid. Fantastic stuff. I don't think you can't really do a lot in 5 thousandths of a second, can you? Can't do a lot in 10th of a second either, can you really? And that's what these guys are fighting for at the moment. They're looking for tenths of a second, not even that. Incredible stuff. Vanquish is just coming back to the pits, and he is currently on pole position then. So it is a Vanquish pole. Second is Slim. Third position is Hills Wrap. Then we have Samster in 4th. Dineen 5th. Dave M6. Car in 7th. Jamie 8th. Nigel in 9th. Our BP is rounding off the top 10 at the moment. And you see Vanquish there is just cruising back to the pits. Of course, car 66. He used to be number 6, didn't he? As we did compare him to Rosberg, didn't we, last season, in terms of just how robotic he was, and how basically just didn't make mistakes. And he's coming back into the pits now. Then you can see then as we've got Deneen on that lap at the moment. You can see they go slow down to 80 kilometers an hour. Anyway, we're on board Deneen, and we haven't seen much of Deneen in this session, so apologies, Deneen. But we're now going to watch him now, because he is the championship leader, so we can never forget him. He's only 3 points in front at the moment. And of course he won that incredibly weird and wonderful race there in China, didn't he? A couple of races ago. Fantastic race that was. And unfortunately I was completely wrong with the weather. I didn't think it was wet enough to. I didn't think it was going to absolutely bug down the last couple of laps in that Chinese Grand Prix. But Deneen's starting a lap now. And what's he doing? And he turns into turn 1 now. Good stuff there. Extend turn 1, and you can see that the Urge is now up, and there is also Samster just come out the pits in the background. He is 4th at the moment. Samster, of course, who is now on 50 points after 2 wins in fine style as well for Sam Sturr. So he's got himself right back in the championship after a difficult start. I think that was a bit of oversteer halfway through turn 4 there for Deneen. Now he's coming down into second gear, then feathering the throttle a bit there, beautifully playing with the throttle, I should say. Now coming up into turn 7 and 8, brilliant series of corners here. Turn 7, 8, oh, he's gone a bit wide there. So down for Romeo, just getting out of the way there. Now into turn 9, 7, 8 and 9, I think is brilliant. Look at that, on the edge of control there, Deneen was. Amazing stuff. Of course, if you lose there, it's going to be an almighty shunt, isn't it? No, and he's now coming through the final sector then. This is the final sector. Is bit. Oh, that car is very twitchy as well. He's going to have difficulty to race with that, isn't he? I must admit, I do like a bit of a stable car. Oh my gosh, he's having a lot of hard work controlling that car. Brilliant stuff, Ben. And lovely shot here of the front wing then, and he's in the pits. It felt a bit scrappy from outside the car, didn't it? Now he's coming in the pits. He's only got 3 minutes to go, so he hasn't got long to get that car turned around and come back out. Slim is now coming out, is now starting his lap, and he is second at the moment. He's an 18-1. He needs find 2/10 of a second there to get himself into pole position. He's given himself enough time to have another run. Do you reckon these soft tires are going to have they've got 2 runs in them? I'm not too sure about that. As of course, there's also a new patch, isn't there, in the that's come out recently. As we were warned, and yes, I still turned on my PlayStation a bit too late, so that was a bit of a panic. I must admit, I think the patch something to do with the French Grand Prix. Oh, a big lockup on the inside there. I think the patch is something to do with the French Grand Prix pit in and pit out, isn't it? I think. And Recon YT has just said hello, and as that Slim there is coming up into the oh, he's got DRS there almost on the bubble there. And Jeffrey is just like, get in there, Dave, you can do it. Oh, massive lockup on the inside there. As Slim there, what's he doing? And is he coming into the final sector of the lap now then? You can see it's very frustrating, these corners around Barcelona, isn't it? We got 17 viewers. Great stuff, guys. It's great to have your company here this evening. And now Slim now accelerating away. He's on the final turn now. He can go for another run if the tires can let him, but Slim goes. He's on the 17-7. That is pole position for Slim. Fantastic. But Samster just outpacing by 3/10 of a second, and he is fast as now. So Samster is on pole position there. Excellent stuff indeed. And oh, we got a car just coming out of the pit lane now. Where did he go? Oh, he's just in front. Anyway, Jamie is he's on an lap. Carton's on a quick lap. Dave is on an outlap as well. Hills wrapped on, so we're going to stay with Carton in a moment. Go, yo, flagging 2 and 3. I think that was someone just going off the track there. And now then, what is Carton going to do? Carton then is accelerating, coming across the line. Then he's got a lot of errors left. Not much deployment. Carton goes 6 fastest. He's only 600ths of a second quicker. Has he got time for one more run? No, he hasn't. I think that's it for Carton. So he is going to be on the 3rd row of the grid at the very maximum, which is a shame there. Oh, lovely bit of I think he's in the wrong game there, isn't he? Hills Wrap then is on a 4th position. Fantastic stuff from the Greek driver, looking very strong here, isn't he, this evening? And look at that, getting flighty on the rear end, then coming down then into turn 10. What's the second intermediate time is? It's 2/10 of a second up. Fantastic stuff on the better part of 2/10 of a second as well. Accelerating away, then coming up into the final sector now. Then this is where this is such a frustrating sector, isn't it? Where you have such a good job, and then this final sector. It's Martin Brundle calls it the Mickey Mouse sector, and that's kind of where I got the Mickey Mouse reference from. Then accelerating away, then coming into the final corner now. Then he's almost ran out of deployment. He has ran out of deployment. That might cost him. Will it? Oh, he's up in the 2nd position then for Hillsrap. Cracking time then. Hillsrap is looking phenomenal today. Brilliant stuff. He couldn't beat Samster, but he is on the second. He's on the front row of the grid. That's it. Time is up, everyone. Time is up. So who is on a quick lap? Carton's out there. What about Dave? Dave's coming across the line, and Dave finishes 7th for the end. That's a good time there for Dave. Remember, this is return, so he's still got to get himself back into the swing of things. What about BP then? Hills Rapper's retired from the session, so the front 3 have all retired. Then is anyone going to? And Carton's retired as well. What about BP? He goes to 9th fastest then. So BP is 9th. Oh, Jamie getting very leery at the moment. And what about Deneen? Deneen is just under a 10th of a second up. Then where's that going to pull him? I think that's not going to improve his position. There, it'll improve his time. He comes around the final corner now. We've just got Nigel out there at the road, and Deneen goes fifth fastest. Good time now for Deneen then. He's 2/10 of a second off, and a very good final sector there. Almost displaced Vanquish there. What about Nigel? Nigel is on the final couple of corners now then. He is a 10th up at the moment. Nigel is a bit adrift at the moment. Oh, Jamie getting just about out of the way there. That would have distracted Nigel, wouldn't it? As and now coming into the final couple of corners now, you can see the car back end there trying to step out there, trying to get away from him. Nigel comes across the line then. Can he get himself into the 18s? Let's take a look. He does. Good time there for Nigel, and he puts himself. Did he get himself up to? He stays 10th in the end for Nigel, but he got himself into the 18s in the end. Good stuff. As that's a bit harsh for Michael. Dave equals Pierre. Oh dear. Anyway, then that's the end of Q3. Pole position for Samster. He is looking phenomenal, isn't he? Hills are up. Absolutely amazing stuff from the Greek driver. 2/10 of a second behind us, Samster. Slim is on third position. Look how close it is between Slim and Hills are at 300th of a second. Vanquish is in 4th at the moment. Deneen, the championship leader, only 5th. Carton is in 6th position. Dave making his return is 7/10 of a second off in 7th position. Jamie is 8th. 9th position is BP, and Nigel completes the top 10. Wow, great stuff, guys. Blimey, that's only qualifying. And just taking a quick look because I missed a lot of the comments there, didn't I? As And Summer Ellis, of course, is just said thank you so much for the participation today. Good luck, guys. Yep, it's great to have you. It's great to have you here, mate. And I hope you have a good race as well. Of course, unfortunately, Summer Ellis did get knocked out of Q2, but really looking forward to seeing what we can do in the race, because that's where the points come. It's the race. And Nigel's really on troubles with the car control at the moment. He was just commented that the car is too hard to control. To be honest, setup at the moment, I'm not one to talk really, because my setups were absolutely useless. I used to steal my I do steal my setups off off other people's time trial runs. So yeah. Anyway, just count down to the start of the race then. Of course, what the guys are doing at the moment then, so they're just all getting their strategies worked out. Of course, depending on what they want to start on, the top 10 must start on. They're all on the medium tires, I believe, the top 10. But everyone else has got a free choice of tires, so they can start with the soft, medium, or hard. Right then, we're going on the formation lap now then. As you can see, we've got all 15 drivers in here. That's fantastic, Steve. So great to see Jacob back in this as well. And to be honest, everyone is on the medium compound tires, so it looks like as now everyone's getting used to the game, the strategies will probably now become more or less the same, more or less similar to what they want, what the guys are going to do. Really, of course, remember these guys are elite, they all know what the fastest strategy is. But let's just go through the grid. Of course, everyone's on the medium tires apart from Lucas. So pole position is Samster. And Knowles, he just mentioned in the comments that you think Samster's going to walk away with this. He is looking phenomenal, isn't he? Hills are up, is looking great though in 2nd position. Slim in 3rd. He's had a difficult start to the season, Slim has, so he needs to bounce back, don't he? Vanquish in 4th position, and 5th position is the championship leader, Deneen. Unfortunately, the Mercedes go flying now. Carton is in 6th position. 7th position is Dave M. And of course, the millions of fans are cheering on Dave, aren't they, today? Slim has left the session. That is not very good at all, that isn't. So Slim needs to get back in the session ASAP, really, just before the start. Jamie is 8th position. BP is in 9th position. 10th position is Nigel. Blaz just outside in 11th position, hits the bollard, so Blaz doesn't want anything to do with that bollard. Then we've got the 2nd Toro Rosso on 12th position, so both Toro Rossos on row 6. Knowlesy, the super champion, is 13th. Summer Ellis making his and Slim has rejoined the side. Summer Ellis didn't fancy taking part in the warm-up lap, so he is back there and snorted Deneen. And Jacob is back in the race. Car 12 is in 15th position. So can Slim take control of his car before the lights go out? We've got 33 laps in around Catalonia, and so we'll go millions of fans. Anyway, now we're about to get going in for the start of the Spanish Grand Prix. This is round 5 of Elite League Season 2. And at the moment it's been absolutely phenomenal season, hasn't it? And now then, this is the calm before the storm then. Is Slim back in his car? I think he is back in his car. Anyway, we've got 4 sets. We've got 5 sets of lights on. We'll be racing in Barcelona, and we are. Go! And it is go. And it's oh, Samuel has already dropped to the back of the field. He's had a terrible start, Samuel in the McLaren. But Hillsrap is going alongside. Look at this. Slim's already on the inside as well. Samster has already lost the lead. He is down to second position. And Hillsrap, so Hillsrap leads. Samster is down to second position. He's gone very wide, and there's a Ferrari on the inside. Deneen's gone wide as well. We got a very good start there at all. We got a couple of guys going up and down the field. And Samster having a look then. What was on the outside then? Blast! We got a crash. It's one of the Taurus. He's in the walls. Blast, that's a McLaren in the wall as well. BP and Blast, they're both in the wall then. And they've done a Mercedes, haven't they? But BP is out of the Spanish Grand Prix. Blast is just recovering now. We got that's a big shame. That is we got Dave defending there against Jamie at the moment. That's a big blow indeed, as you can see. And then coming through turn 10 at the moment. No, it's turn 9, isn't it? And look at this. Jamie's got a good old run, hasn't he? On both Dave and Carter. Oh my gosh, they're going on the inside. Oh wow! And how did they not touch that? Hillsrap is leading this race. Absolutely fantastic job. And Dave is all over the back there of all the back of Carter. BP has left the session, and that is a big blow, isn't it? And that's such a shame, really. Oh blimey! So BP is out. Of course, that was where both Mercedes crashed at the 2016 Spanish Grand Prix. But lap one completed. Look at the gap there. There's no gap at all. There's less than a 10th second. There's no DRS yet. But Samster doesn't care, does he? He's going for the lead. He's alongside Samster. This is a great camera shot. But look, Samster takes the lead of the Spanish Grand Prix. And now, as you can see, then that's a very good fight right there from Samster. And of course, Deneen is also. We got a yellow flag and one. Us. Lucas is gone. We're on board. Blast. What's happened? It's in turn 2. So both Taurus are on a miserable start to the race, and Lucas on the hard compound tire is out of the race. Samster leads. Second is Hillsrap. Slim is third. Deneen fourth. Vanquish has dropped down to 5th position. Carson in 6th. Dave is maintained position in 7th position. As is Jamie 8th. Nigel is up to 9th. 10th position. Nosey doing a great job. But Jacob is up to 11th position at the moment. He's a second off Nosey at the moment. Samuel Ellis in 12th position. He had a poor start, but he is right back in the thick of it at the moment. Fantastic stuff indeed. Then everyone is on the medium compound tire, so I have a feeling it might be a one stop then till the end of the race. But I don't know much about strategy. And look at this great shot there. Look at the cars pop over the crest then, and I was just waiting for them to appear into view, and they do as well at the moment. So Samster leading this race once again, going for 3 out of 3 then. He's done absolutely a fantastic job, hasn't he, in the last 3 races. Hillsrap, great shot here from the Mercedes front wing, and DRS will be available this time around then. So you have to be within a second of the car in front, but Samster is really trying to pull away, isn't it? We've got a wheel-to-wheel battle there between Jamie and Dave, and going down to turn 1. Samuel is in front of Jacob. Jacob is coming to the pits. I wonder if he's damaged his front wing. And that's great. There's Dave braked so much later than Jamie there, and kept himself within the fight. But Dave's gone a bit wide into turn 3, and Jamie there taking a bit of a tighter line. He's now gone wide because Nigel's now in the mix as well. Nigel's coming up the inside, and he's up into 8th position. No, not quite, because Jamie's braked much later. Fantastic stuff. But Nigel's trying to hang in on the inside then, but he's going to be on the outside for turn 5. Ooh, and Jamie there. And look at Knowles in the background now, very close there. Almost down to front wings. Remember, these front wings can be very fragile, can't they? As you can see, then there's a bit of a train now forming behind Dave at the moment, then, and now coming up into turn 9. Then there's this is a fantastic battle, isn't it? Sort of Samster is already a second in front of Hillsrap then, and there's Hillsrap behind Hillsrap is Slim, Deneen, and Vanquish at the moment, and Carton as well. Then there's a second gap back to Dave at the moment. So it's going to be very difficult to decide on who to look at the moment. Nosey is all over the back of Nigel at the moment. Samuel Ellis is 11th, Blas is 12th, and hard tires for Jacob then, coming through the complete lap 3. We're waiting for him. Here he is. It's a Samster leading this race at the moment by almost 2 seconds. And look at this then, as he's coming. They're all coming thick and fast at the moment. And DRS7 for Slim. Here he goes. He is gaining. He's going to be on the outside. He's through already. And Hillsrap is dropped down third. Deneen 4th. 5th is Vanquish. Carton all over the back of Vanquish. We've got Dave. Then we have JB. Then we have Nigel, and then Nosey completes the top 10. Fantastic stuff. We're back on board then with Nosey. He's gone slightly wide at the moment, but you can hit. Sometimes you can hit a nasty bump over there, and that sends you to the inside of the inside the wall. Because remember, Fernando Alonso had a big old crash there, didn't they? Didn't he? A weird crash as well. Well, it wasn't a big crash. It was a weird crash, wasn't it? And you can see then. Look at this then. To be honest, I think the best places for overtaking is down into turn 10 and probably down into turn 1. The rest of it is kind of follow the leader. Oh, Nigel getting a bit, getting a wheel on the gravel there. And this lovely turn 10 now. You see, look how much slower they're going now that they're not in qualifying trim there. Of course, they're all fat fuel at the moment. I'm going to look, not quite there. From Nosey, and then we've got Samarelis and Blas battling for them for 12th then. So Jacob's all on his own, so he's got a long road race on those hard compound tyres. Oh, lovely shot here, isn't there? You can see then there's Samster is now up to 2 seconds then, so he's almost checking out now. Of course, Slim is now up at the second position. We're on board the championship leader. He will not be gaining the championship lead, and Slim has made the fast of the race, so he is now starting to. And look at that, Hills of Rap is almost. Well, he's just absolutely been. Wow, that's surprising. He's just been breezed past, hasn't he, down to turn. I wonder why that is. I wonder if he's got a bit of a barn door on the back there. Oh, 3-second penalty for Nosey. That's the first penalty of the race so far. Good stuff from all these guys. And Carton's dropped back by a second at the moment. And we got Dave, who was going very defensive there, coming into turn 4. So of course we had an incident earlier on between BP and Blas. Blas doing a good job to recover and get back in. Blas now in front of Samarelis and up into 11th position. He's 4 seconds back from this battle here at the moment. So. Yeah, it's all go here at the Spanish Grand Prix, isn't it? Fantastic stuff. I'm wondering why Hills of Rap is so slow. He's looking quick in the corners, but slow on the straight there. So he's gone for more of a downforce, more downforce on the car, which means though that he's going to be very slow on the straights there, which is not ideal, especially on the start-finish straight. Of course, it's such a long start-finish straight. You don't really want to. And Nosey is up into 9th position, so he's got a bar into turn 10 and it is past Nigel. Good stuff there from Nosey. And so Nosey up into the 9th position, 10th position for Nigel, and now they're coming through then to complete lap 6 then. Lap 5, Samster leads then, is now responded to the fast lap from Slim. Deneen is now up in the 3rd position and is catching slightly. You can see Hills of Rap is now in 4th position. Vanquish is 5th. Carton is starting to become on his own. Dave is again under a bit of pressure from James. Nigel is back through in front of Nosey. Good stuff there. These guys are having a good old battle so far at the beginning of this Spanish Grand Prix. Fantastic stuff indeed. And you can see Nosey, I think that's his racing line, is on the outside of turn 3. And these guys are starting to, Nigel is starting to go, the two guys beyond are starting to get cut adrift there. Carton is now being reeled in by Dave. You can see there he is in the Haas. And Dave M is now starting to really put in some decent lap times at this stage of the race. So Dave is now starting to find his groove, isn't he, in this great race? Then and you can see, look at this, and we've got a queue of cars. This is fantastic stuff. And now they come down to turn 10 at the moment. So it's very the question is, and is Deneen there? Deneen is now Hills Rap is now all over the back. So Hills Rap has found his feet now. Ooh, look at that! Slim now becoming the world's most expensive lawnmower there. So Hills Rap has found his feet and is now starting to pressure Deneen. Then of course Deneen is a championship leader, but at this stage of the race he ain't going to be championship leader for long, is he? DRS is now available then for Hills Rap, and now Hills Rap is gaining. Look at this, look at that slipstream DRS. Urs is up to almost the max that he overtaken mode. He's alongside, he is through and up the inside, but Deneen is hanging on the outside. Oh, look at that, brilliant stuff from Deneen there. Deneen is hanging on the outside, great stuff, brilliant wheel to wheel. And but Deneen going for the switchback. He is going for the switchback. Oh, this is great stuff. And Deneen back up in the 3rd position. That is fantastic driving from both drivers. Is he going to run him out wide? We're having a look now. Oh, he very gentlemanly from both drivers. Fantastic stuff. So Deneen now just about survives in 3rd position, but you can see that is definitely let Vanquish get a lot more interesting now. Dave has dropped down to 8th because Jamie has now moved up into 7th position then. So we missed that overtake unfortunately. But lovely shot of the rear wing. Look at this. The rear wing will not open yet because he is not within a second of a second place man Slim. And look at how much Hills Rap gains on the brake now. You can see the Ferrari in the background lurking like a shark at the moment, and that is Vanquish, of course. So you can never discount Vanquish out. Of course, he had a fantastic Australian Grand Prix, didn't he? Right at the beginning of the season. And to be honest, it felt like everything was against him in Australia, but yet he's still coming through the win. Fantastic stuff. He didn't have a very good Australian Grand Prix. Samster, there he is, 3 seconds in front of him now. But we're concentrating on the battle for the final podium at the moment as they come across the line again. And you can see then what is, and they're in DRS again. So is Vanquish then. Now they're starting to get spread out there. Carton is getting dropped at the moment, and he is at the moment, he's not in DRS and he's not being attacked at the moment. So what about as Knowlesy is up into 9th position, and Nigel's dropped down to 10th at the moment. These two are going. It looks like this is going to be a race-on battle between these two. It's great to see. And Knowlesy's gone very wide there. He likes the outside of that corner, doesn't he? In a turn 3 there, as and Dave is having a look. Not quite. As we're just having a look then, and you can see then that Slim is now. It feels that Slim is a little closer than to Deneen all of a sudden. Hills Rap is still just about in DRS range at the moment, but they're now starting to get spread out a bit up and down the field at the moment. Well, Samster is very much spread out indeed. He is looking phenomenal, isn't he, this season? Remember, he is and Lucas has left the session, unfortunately, so BP and Lucas are the retirements in the Spanish Grand Prix very early stages. BP retired after the clash with in turn 4. I'm not sure if it involved Blast. Both of them was in the gravel, unfortunately, and Lucas hit the wall in turn 2 there. So a bit of a shame really to see those guys exit so quickly in this race, and really it can be quite frustrating as well. And Nigel's just dropping back at the moment, isn't he, at the moment? What about Jamie? Jamie is defending from Dave. I know Dave was gaining quite quickly there, but he didn't get much there. But look at this, Vanquish is now all over the back of Hilterap, isn't he? And Hilterap is going to have to think about getting defensive here as Vanquish there. Ooh, that car's looking a bit jittery there, isn't he, at the moment? You can see that we've got a good old queue now. Well, I wouldn't say it's a queue, is it? But look at they're starting to really bunch up again, isn't they? Deneen is now under a second behind Slim. Hills of Rap is just outside of DRS range at the moment. And you see in the background there is Jamie, Dave. Then we've got Knowlesy. Then we've got Nigel, Blas. Then we've got Sam Morales, and then we have got Jacob. Sorry. And Jacob is now 17 seconds behind Sam Morales at the moment. Of course, he's on the hard compound tire. A lovely shot, lovely onboard shots here, isn't it? And with the Ferrari, of course, Crazy Power not here this week, unfortunately. But he will. I'm hoping he'll be back in Monaco. Of course, Crazy Power is a really has been a very quick driver, hasn't he? He's absolutely he's elevated himself from the midfield, hasn't he? It's a very difficult thing to do, really, isn't it? To get yourself out of the midfield. And he's done a very good job as well. You can see we're on board Vanquish, then you can see he's turned up the ears and down in the bottom right hand corner. You've got the telemetry. He's gaining once again. What's he doing? And he's not quite there, close, but no cigar at the moment. As Jamie there and Dave also starting to get interest as well. Knowlesy and Nigel there are starting to get spread out a bit at the background as well. So yeah, at the moment then lap 10 then out for free. Now we're going to turn to the strategies then of this race, and what people are going to do is it's going to be a straight. Oh, Vanquish just missed this breaking point, but somehow it keeps the car in a straight line there. Fantastic. Did he damage his front wing? I don't think he did. I think he might have just given a bit of a tap there. Oh, Sim's got a 3-second penalty there. That might come back to hold him, especially how close they are. Because look, he gets a 3-second penalty now. He would drop down to 5th position. Sorry. So that's how close they are. So that's going to cost us. Look at this then. Yellow flagging 2. Why is that? Carton's in the wall. He's in the wall. Where is he? He's just recovering now. Oh my gosh, he's in the middle of the track. And Blaz there just about. And luckily he goes to there. But we've got a virtual safety car. Is everyone going to roll the dice and come to pits then? Unfortunately, Carton has made a mistake and he's dropped down to 11th position at the moment. We got a virtual is anyone coming in the pits? Is someone going to roll the dice and come in the pits? Vanquish is in the pits. So he is the man that's going to roll the dice and come in the pits. Oh, Jamie has got a drive-through penalty for speeding under the virtual safety car. Yes, all these guys come in the pits. It's touch and go, isn't it? They're on lap 11 on free. So you got to go 20 laps on these medium compound tires. But the amount of time you gain, it's a free pit stop basically. So then Vanquish in, Dave's in, James in, Vanquish in and out. Great stuff. And you can see, look at the cars in the back. Oh, we've got 2 horses in the pits. This is going to cause Carton. Oh, and that's an unsafe release as well. But Vanquish is out, James out, Dave is coming out of the pits as well. Samarellis is staying out, isn't he? And look at the time he's gaining on. Is he going to get out in front of Vanquish? Is he? No, not quite. DRS is enabled, so that is it then. So we're back on it. And so Samarellis coming out of the pits. Dave and Nigel is in the pits then. And look how much time Carton's lost then. And he's going to be behind Jacob as well. So then there's on board then, so the guys that didn't pit then was Knowlesy, was Blaz, Hills are up, and Deneen, Slim, and Samster. Samster is already through, but I think Slim and Deneen were just on the edge. And to be honest, it's a very difficult call to make, isn't it? Now they've got to do 20 laps on those on those hard compound tires. Is the question. As Will said, that was a bit unsafe return to the track like that, and to be honest, Blas had to take evasive action, didn't he? Carter did. It's a very tough part of the track, though. I must say, though, it's so quick around turn 9, isn't it? And a lovely shot of the DRS. A lovely rear wing rear facing camera there with the DRS. Samaras is now into 8th position. Then he's done 10 laps on the tires, and into the pits is Slim and Deneen and Hills are out. The question is, as they go into, how much time are they going to lose? Knowles is now in the 2nd position. He is not. He's staying out, and so these guys. Oh, and Jamie's back in the pits. What is he back in the pits for? I'm wondering, is there a problem? Was he taking this drive through? I don't know, but the question is, where's Vanquish has gone up into 4th position then. So yeah, that rolling the dice has meant that he has jumped Slimmer. So Samarellis is now up into 6th position, and it's in front of Hills-Rap as well, and Deneen. So and Hills-Rap is and Samarellis has gone right then, and Hills-Rap is on the inside. The Greek versus Greek here, and now on the inside is Deneen. Is he going to have a look? Oh, I thought he was going to have a look then as of Hills-Rap there. And look at this, and these guys are all over the back of each other, fantastic. And Deneen there on the very close to the back end then of Hills are up then, very close indeed. So yeah, the virtual safety car really triggered some pit stops here. And now Deneen is all over the back then, so Slim has dropped behind Vanquish, so he has lost an awful lot of time now. Jamie would have been in there as well, but I'm not sure what happened to Jamie. I wonder if he had a stop-go penalty or something. Like chance, I should have just stayed with him really and seen what happened there. So the guys haven't pitted. Samster hasn't pitted. Norris here, Norris is Blood. Samster did have a bit of a advantage then, but the question is that advantage still going to be enough? It was quite a major advantage then. Nosey and Blaz, I can't see if they're in the pits yet. And so Nosey is not in the pits, and nor is Blast. So Nosey takes the lead then. Where's Samster? Samster's coming out the pits now. Who's thinking that he is safe, so Samster is safe then. So yeah, he had such a big advantage there, so Sam's nothing to worry about. Vanquish is 4th, 5th is Slim. Hills are up 6th. Deneen is now gaining on Hills are up. Hills are up then. Is not very quick in a straight line, is he? And Deneen now goes up the inside. Dave is 8th. He's gone on the inside of Samarellis, who has done 12 laps on those medium tyres. Nigel is 10th. Jacob is 11th. Jamie is in 12th position. Carton is in 13th then. At the moment, Nosey and Blaz have not pitted yet. 3-second penalty for Carton at this stage of the race. So Blaz there has done 12 laps on the medium compound tyre, and I'm wondering if they're just trying to. It's quite a long way, isn't it? To go on these tyres, isn't it? Especially with Spain. I feel Spain can sometimes really punish the tyres. And of course, we've got a couple of 3-second penalties coming across us now. And now we're on board Blas. Then of course he is on the back of Samster. Remember, Samster is just trying to get his tyres warmed up, so he might struggle for pace to begin with and grip. But as soon as you get those tyres up to temperature, I think he should pull away because. No disrespect to Blas. Blas is a very quick driver, but Samster's just on a completely different strategy and a completely different tyre. Well, not completely different strategy, but definitely a completely different tyre at the moment. And then you can see then he is still within DRS at the moment. Nosey leads this race. Second is Samster. Blas is third. Slim is 4th. Got yellow flag in 3. What's happening in 3? Oh, and there's Carton again. It's the same place. Carton's having real issues. Oh no, then sorry, I apologise. It's not the same place, but he has damaged his car. And this race is falling apart for Carton. And Carton is out of the Spanish Grand Prix. So unfortunately, and Blas is up. Oh, Samster's gone. And is he damaged his wing? He has damaged his front wing. Samster's damaged his front wing. And look at the guys behind him. He's going to have to come back in the pits. This race has turned on its head. Incredible stuff. And you can see he has damaged inside. I think he's damaged the end plate. Yeah, he has. Of the racing points, he's damaged his end plate. We was watching Carton, and look, he's trying to get out of the way there, and then Deneen, who just set the fast of the race, and that is incredible. This race has turned on its head at the moment. Wow, incredible stuff. We didn't see the issue because we was watching Carton, who had an issue coming up for this corner here. I think it was turn 12, wasn't it? And Hill's just trying to get out of the way here at the moment, isn't he? So he's going to have to come back into the pits. and Slim is now all over the back. This is the battle for this is the net lead now between Slim and Vanquish. This is a return to last season, isn't it? Absolutely fantastic stuff indeed from both these guys. Both these guys have not been the class of the field this season, have they? Slim has had a very difficult start to the season. Yellow flag free. Samster is out of the race. Oh my gosh, is he hit the wall? I think he's at the inside of the pit wall, isn't he? Because that's a wheel gone. That's a wheel gone. It is. I think so. That has to be a safety car. Samster is out at the Spanish Grand Prix. Incredible. So we've lost Carton and Samster in the space of a couple of minutes. And look at this Vanquish all over the back of Slim now. And you can see then, here we go then. Slim having a lock up there. Slim having a lock up. And Slim has got by, I think, when we was watching, all sorts going on in the background, all sorts going on. Wow, this is incredible stuff. So Nosey has done a good, is actually it's just got in front of Nigel. So Nosey also has 4 lap younger tires. So he's done a good job there, Nosey. That was fantastic. Slim leads then the Spanish Grand Prix. Remember, I don't think he's finished on the podium yet, has he, this season? I might be wrong about that one. And so we got Slim lead and Vanquish second, Deneen in third, Hills Rapids in fourth, Dave is up in the fifth, sixth position is Samarellis, he hasn't pitted yet, seventh position is Nosey, eighth is Nigel, Jacob in ninth position, and Jamie in 10th. Blast just outside the points in 11th position. Carton is out of the race. We're down to 11 runners then out of the 15 who started. And the question is, Slim has been pretty quick, hasn't he? So I'm wondering, as Hills Rapids set the fastest lap of the race, and Hills Rapids the man on the move at the moment. Vanquish, I think, is too far back to challenge Slim at the moment down to turn 1. Hills Rapids, no, not quite either. Just taking a look back then, Nigel is also too far back at the moment, and Blaz is dropping back there from Jamie at the moment. Blimey, all of a sudden this race has gone from Samster being very dominant in the heat. It was here where he lost it, coming out of the exit of turn 4 here, and he hit the inside walls just there. I'm wondering, lock up there from Vanquish. I'm wondering if he just didn't get his tires up to temperature, and that has really cost him major, very, very major indeed. Then is Knowles has gone wide there. He's gone very wide. And now then the battle for 6th, 7th and 8th for the other one. Samster has left the session. What a blow for Samster. He was looking so strong, wasn't he, in the racing point. He does have the speed, doesn't he, Samster? But I feel that he'd be very disappointed. We got a yellow flag in 2. What we got? Oh, that's why. It's Hills Rapids gone off. We got a virtual safety car. Whoa, a big accident. That's a huge accident in the background there at turn 9. It's Nigel who's out of the race. That was an absolutely major accident there for the Haas, and that is now we're down to just 10 runners then. Blimey. Oh my gosh, and Hills Rapids also making a mistake as well, and Hills Rapids down to 5th position then. Wow, incredible! What an incredible race! The virtual safety car on lap 17 then, out of 33, and into the pits comes Samarella, and he is in the pits then for the McLaren team. Lovely shot here of the start finish straight here in Barcelona. Nigel has left the session, disappointed, and a 5-second penalty for Jamie for speeding in the pits. That is a big blow. He might probably serve at the end now then, and wow. Absolutely, of course, I think the virtual safety car is actually out for Hills Rapids, and then and a drive-through penalty for speeding under the safety car. Oh, it's all going wrong for Hills Rapids. Started on the front row of the grid, and it's unfortunately going downhill now, isn't it? Oh my gosh, absolutely incredible stuff. We're almost at half distance now. Well, I think we're just over half distance now. We're on board then with Deneen, then, who's having the third then. So I said a couple of laps ago that Deneen might not be leading the championship by the end of this. Currently, as it stands, I think he'll be joint in the lead with I think he will be with Vanquish. No, he'll still be leading the championship as it stands at the moment now. Deneen is. So brilliant stuff. Of course, it's all about consistency, isn't it? Hills Rapids all over the back of Dave. Of course, Dave's thousands of fans that have been in the comments for most of the qualifying session and the race is cheering on their guy, because he is now up into 4th position. So well done to Dave at the moment. He is he's really showing them. And Hills Rapids in the pits then. So he is coming in the pits then. I wonder if he's just going to change strategy, go on to maybe the medium tires to the end of the race then. Absolutely incredible stuff in this race. This race has just been turned on its head all of a sudden, hasn't it? Wow. It was it felt very calm, and then all of a sudden it was just It was just oh, he's gone. He's serving his drive from penalty then, so he should be out in 8th position then, because Samarellas is in 9th for the moment, and Jacob is in 10th position, but he's gaining on Samarellas now. And as you see, Jacob is through and up into 9th position now then, and the McLaren driver's dropped down to 10th for the moment, but of course he should be able to get some points because there's only 10 cars left in this race. And Slim is all of a sudden coming under a bit of pressure now from Vanquish and from Deneen then. So this is the battle front row. Dave, and at the moment there we've got a couple of Dave's fans there who are cheering for a podium now, and he's only 6 seconds away from a podium at the moment. So anything can happen, as we've seen in this race. Anything can happen in this race, and it has done. Incredible stuff. Vanquish at the moment is only 8 tenths of a second back. Deneen is only 7 tenths of a second back. So this is the battle for the lead. Look at this, first, second and third all in one shot. And look at this, within a second of each other. They're all in DRS zone at the moment. I feel that Slim is going to feel under a bit of pressure at the moment. Vanquish there is now gaining. Oh, and Slim there moving a couple of times there, but Vanquish is now on the outside, but Slim is blocked up. He's gone wide. He's trying to come back on the track there. Vanquish is giving room, and Vanquish takes the lead of the Spanish Grand Prix then. So we felt on the run down to turn 1 that Slim felt a bit vulnerable there, didn't he? And yeah, so Slim is dropping down into 2nd position now, and Vanquish takes the lead then, and Vanquish is aiming for his 2nd race win of the season. Deneen is now the next. Jacobs now. Sorry, I think seeing Jacobs' name down the bottom there is done the fast lap. Remember, get an extra point for fast lap this season. But Deneen is now coming in on the back there of Slim. So Slim might be in a bit of trouble now, as Deneen is now in the slipstream, and he will be in DRS range as well. He is in DRS range, as I think his best attempt surely has to be down into turn 1. Absolutely fantastic stuff. Willow has just said, what a battle for first position. Brilliant stuff. I echo that. It's absolutely amazing stuff, isn't it? Brilliant stuff indeed. And this race that looked, to be honest, it was very calm in the beginning, wasn't it? All of a sudden it's just taken off, and Vanquish is now under a lot of pressure, hasn't he? He's all of a sudden come under an awful lot of pressure, and now Deneen will also be in the mix as well. So we're going to look at now. Vanquish is all over the back there, and then Vanquish going on the inside, but Slim is just going to go on the outside. He's got DRS range. He's put the yours up as well, and he is through and back up into the lead. Then can he get it slowed down? He does. Deneen is now all over the back of the Vanquish for the battle for 2nd position. Well, Deneen is now taking a wider line, and now at the moment, then he's going to stay in 3rd position at the moment. Blimey, again we're tongue tied. Oh, getting a bit too tight there on the inside of turn 4 at the moment. There's an absolutely fantastic race. Oh, big lock up there from Vanquish at the moment, and absolutely fantastic. And to be honest, the Spanish Grand Prix does do wonders, doesn't it? Because they got DRSs in the right place, and it keeps the guys in contention, keeps the guys within a second of each other. Oh, lovely shot here of the steering wheel, and you can see then Slim now going right into the revs there, and you can see dropping down the 4th gear, down the 3rd gear. You can see he's got no errors at deployment at the moment. Oh, a bit of oversteer there as well. Fantastic stuff. And now coming in to complete a lap for 20 then of this 33 lap race. We've still got 13 more laps of this, guys. The question is who's going to be able to survive, who's going to be able to take the pressure coming to the final stages of this epic Grand Prix. Fantastic stuff. They come around the final corner, and Slim has got a bigger advantage this time around of 6 tenths of a second, which is not much at all, really, is it? And look at this, Vanquish is already gaining. Is it going to be? Is the straight not going to be long enough? Which is, believe it or not, it can happen here in Spain. He is not quite there, but he has gained quite a bit. Slim needs to get out of the side of the DRS as quick as much as he can there, but as we said before, in this on this track it's very difficult to do so. Deneen is only 6 tenths of a second back as well. We're on board the Ferrari at the moment, who is sitting in 2nd position at the moment, and in front of us is Slim going for his first win of the season. Slim is, which I can't believe I'm saying that, really, because all the pre-season gossip, all the pre-season testing, all sorts of going on with the time trials, with practice races. I think that Slim was definitely in the mix, wasn't he? But it hasn't. The season hasn't worked out so far for Slim at the moment. But this is the first European race of the season, so we've still got a long way to go in this championship, as you can tell. As a Samster who is looking very comfortable and is looking very strong in the last 2 races, and looks strong here today, and then anything can happen. And unfortunately, he was in the wall, and then he damaged his car and was out of the race. A big blow for Samster. And really in this catapulted Slim, Vanquish and Deneen battling for the lead at the moment. As it stands on lap 22 out of 33, 11 laps to go. So at the moment, back on board, staying on board, and Vanquish and Izzy, I think he might be too far back. The straight is not long enough again. Slim is just going slightly defensive there, and but I feel that Vanquish probably wouldn't have made a lunge that far back. Look, Deneen is only 4/10 of a second back as well. Let's quickly just run down what's going on at the further at the back then. So we've got Slim lead in second position is Vanquish, third is Deneen, fourth position is Dave. Great job for Dave. Knowles is doing a great job as well. This is the best race I've seen. Deneen is all over the back of Vanquish, and Vanquish has got a lock up there. So yeah, Deneen is all over the back of Vanquish like a bad suit at the moment, and Vanquish is really struggling. But I think it's because Slim is holding him up. Then fantastic racing. We'll come back to the order in a minute, because look at this then, 1, 2, 3 all going through the same camera shot there together. Then you can see Deneen on DRS zone at the moment. We've only seen 1 or 2 overtakes here at this so far in this race, so they must have to wait then before they get into the start finish straight then. So right away then, of course, you cannot. This is where it can be very easy to oversteer the car and lose a lot of time. You don't want to do that. You just want to rotate the car nicely. So you don't want to get on the power too early. Just squeeze the throttle. The gap is up to 7/10 of a second now between Vanquish and Slim. So Deneen is looking more racy at the moment, you can see. But look at how much the dirty air costs Deneen as they come around the final corner. DRS enabled then. He is turning the ERS up to maximum. You notice that Slim had his ERS completely switched off in the twisted session there, because look, Vanquish again going for it, and again Slim there. Just feint into the right hand side before taking the race in line there, to be honest. And yes, I definitely agree with Michael there, who's just commented in the comments there. The top 3 are so quick. They are. Look at that. There's 8 seconds between Deneen and Dave, which is at 3rd and 4th at the moment. Fantastic stuff. It really is brilliant stuff as well. These guys are absolutely starting to motor on, and again Vanquish they're locking up. Is these lockups going to cost Vanquish? Is this going to cause major issues on his tyres there into the final stage of the race? We've still got 10 more laps to go. They've already done 12 laps on these tyres already. So yeah, that's quite a mighty effort, isn't it? Remember, a lot of the Super League guys who will hopefully be watching tonight and just taking notes about strategies and things like that. I wonder if they're going to go on the same strategy as these Elite guys, or if they're going to try something different. If they found some, or they feel that they have thought of a better strategy. Oh, Deneen there getting a bit wild there, as he didn't really lose that much time at all there, did he? Back on board with Deneen and in the Rocket Williams, and he's still in striking distance. I think that it's a bit of correction there, isn't he? Lost a bit of momentum, but he's still within half a second, which is more than enough there. And now he's turned up the ERS once again then, and now he is closer to the Vanquish than Vanquish to Slim. And is he going to have a shot then coming down to turn 1? He's not close enough at the moment. And is he going down to turn 1? Vanquish again locking that inside front there. Is I'm wondering how I wonder if that's going to really cause some issues for Vanquish later on. Only bad luck for Samster, as he was quicker. Yes, Samster was quicker and was looking absolutely phenomenal, wasn't he? Yeah, no, definitely. As Wilco just said, with all that battling going on, the tyre's going to make it to the end of the race. Yeah, because one man that could be sitting very pretty at the moment if these guys have to pit again is Dave. As Dave is now 9 seconds back, but remember, he might just be sat there looking after his tyres. So yeah, that's a very good point there from Wilco, who was just mentioning in the comments that potentially the tyres could give up, couldn't they? And of course they have done 13 laps on them already. Look at this, it's like a traffic jam at the moment. Vanquish is just pushing Slim around these corners at the moment. Remember, then they're all now saving the ERS, and they're saving the ERS ready for the final sector. And look at it, this is incredible stuff, isn't it? You can see we're absolutely nose to tail then as we're coming through to the final stages of this Spanish Grand Prix then. But you can see Slim just rockets off the final corner there, because so we can just stay out of the of the clutches of Vanquish there. But once again, Vanquish is gaining. This might be no, not quite then. I think that Vanquish is sooner or later going to think to having have a good old lunge, isn't he? And Deneen now just dropped back to 8/10 of a second, so maybe he's just trying to cool off the car, just get some ERS, get some ERS saved up and getting ready for another attack. But look at this, Vanquish is all over the back of Slim. Oh, he's going for it, he's have a look, that's a fantastic move. He is through and up into the lead. That is amazing stuff. To be honest, that was incredible. It's absolutely, well, what a move there from Vanquish. He now takes the lead of the Spanish Grand Prix. Can he stay there though? Well, that was an absolutely incredible move there from Vanquish there. That caught me by surprise, so I wonder what caught Slim by surprise as well, definitely. So that was a great move in turn 5 there. Fantastic move. Absolutely expertly done there from Vanquish. Vanquish then leads the Spanish Grand Prix back on board with Slim now. Slim is not going to be too impressed that he's lost the lead at this stage of the race, is he? So as you can see, he hasn't got much errors in that car, has he? At the moment, he's only got 27%. Well, he's up to 29% now, and now he's going to turn the errors up right away. Then, so he needs to. Oh, he's gone a bit leery, but once again, Slim has shown he's got a much quicker car, hasn't he? So he's that car's looking a lot more slippery than as they're coming down there. So what's Slim doing? They're going wheel to wheel and they're going down. And what's Slim? Where is he? He's locked up, but he retakes the lead. He retakes the lead of the Spanish Grand Prix. Brilliant. Slim has got a much slipperier car than Vanquish and all over the back of him. But look, and look, he's at the background as well. Slim is, Vanquish is going on the outside. Is he going to go for the comeback? He's going to have a look. So he could try his move from last time around, but Vanquish is now going on the outside as hills are up. Oh my gosh! And bang! He's done it! He's done it! That is a fantastic maneuver there from Vanquish, and he retakes the lead. Fantastic! Vanquish is down. Vanquish has got really the cars for the corner, hasn't they? And Slim has got the car for the straight. Fantastic stuff, and brilliant indeed. And what a battle, a masterclass from Michael said. This has been a masterclass in how to drive, and really no argy-bargy, no contact at all, and it's been beautifully executed from all these guys. Of course, Blaz is over the back of Hills Rapid as well at the moment, and Jacob's not too far back at the moment. And of course on medium compound tires, and to be honest, we'd love to see what's going on the back there, but we can't take our eyes off the battle for the lead. This is one of the best races of the Elite League ever, and fantastic. This is going to go on the fan tape for sure, isn't it? And maybe the fan video probably won't have the fan tape. We'll come back to that maybe, because Slim is now going for it again. He's up the inside. He is going through and he retakes the lead. He is retaking the lead then here at the Spanish Grand Prix. And once again, then the lead has changed again. It's changed four times in the matter of a couple of laps. In the matter of 2-3 laps. Fantastic stuff. And Deneen there is just sitting there, and it's just oh, a big lock up there from Slim, and Vanquish and Denise just sitting there waiting, buying his time there. And as Vanquish going to have a look at, of course, that was a brilliant move, wasn't it? Well, it was a brilliant move last lap and the lap before. Absolutely fantastic stuff. As Slim, how are these guys keeping their head under these circumstances? Unreal indeed. And now then. As Slim there's now got a 5/10 for the second gap, which to be honest doesn't sound like much, but it's a bit of breathing space. We got Dave in the comments at the moment there. This is fantastic. I absolutely echo their sentiments as well. So of course Dave, a new father, isn't he? Of course, of yesterday, of course. I hope everything's going well, and it's great. It's great that you're joining us in this this epic Spanish Grand Prix at this stage of the race. Lap 27, coming up to complete lap 28 then, and it's absolutely fantastic Spanish Grand Prix then. And again then you can see Vanquish is again in striking distance now. Slim is now going defensive. He's you can see he's just weaving a bit on the straight there, but Vanquish is going to go on the outside. Is Slim going, oh my god, that's a bit of wing, that's a wing gone, and oh no, what unfortunate there, and Slim has damaged his front wing. Vanquish takes the lead, and Deneen is now for the second there, and Slim, I think that's a major element gone in the front wing, and Slim is going to have to come to the pit surely. What a blow there indeed. But it's Vanquish got damaged. No, he's all right, but yeah, it's been absolutely amazing. And as Michael is just said, come on Dave, as Dave is now very close, as I think he realised that Dave could be very close to a podium here with Slim, and now going to be dropping off there. And yeah, I feel that's a bit unfortunate, that is, because that was a fantastic battle right up till there. And oh, brilliant stuff. But Vanquish is struggling for pace now. Oh, Deneen is overstepped there, and he almost spun there. He's lost a bit of momentum there, but Deneen wants to strike now, doesn't he? He's been sitting there as they watching these two having an epic battle, and Dave is now gaining on Slim. Is Slim going to come in the pits, or is he going to limp to the end? Well, on lap 29 out of 33, can Deneen then get They're slim in the background, and now Deneen is now going for it, isn't he? He won the Chinese Grand Prix in one of the most strangest races, and he's through. Deneen takes the lead of the Spanish Grand Prix. He is just biding his time, and he takes the lead. Now is Vanquish going to come out, because Vanquish is looking very strong in the corners, isn't he? And you can see his favourite party trick is down to turn 5. Deneen has done a fantastic job. All these guys have done a fantastic job, but Deneen has just basically bided his time and is a struck towards the end there. Fantastic stuff indeed. And now then, so Deneen needs to he's going to have to be wary about Vanquish's speed in the corners there, because he really caught Slim by surprise into turn 5. Those fantastic moves from Vanquish was absolutely fantastic. Remember, the Vanquish is going for a second race win in the season, as is Deneen. This race has completely changed on its head. If you remember a couple of about 10-20 laps ago, I was talking about the championship standings, and I was saying that at this rate Deneen ain't going to stay in the lead championship. Wow, amazing second. All of a sudden it is swung on its head. It's great how this sport can turn on its head in the matter of minutes. Brilliant stuff. And now I'm coming up to complete a lap 29, lap 30 now. Deneen there going into the middle of the track there. He is feeling a bit nervous there. You can see that his ERS is almost being drained, and Vanquish is now gaining. If you're going to have a look, Vanquish isn't actually using his ERS at the moment, is he? He might be saving it up for one big go towards the end of this race. Slim is now 4 seconds back at the moment, and look, Dave is very close, and is all his supporters in the comment section will be going wild if Dave gets on the podium here today. A fantastic drive from Dave. Jacob has moved up in the 7th position, and he's just passed Hillsrap. Shameful Hillsrap. He started on the front row of the grid there. He looked very strong as well. Very strong Hillsrap. So that's a shame to say. Both the front row are having a bit of miserable races at this stage. And Recon is saying it is possible. It definitely is possible. We'll keep an eye on that. Look at that. It's down to 4.1 with on lap 30 out of 33 then. So we'll keep an eye on that at the moment. It's going to be very close, isn't it? As this battle then for the lead is still not letting up. As we got a lot of Dave supporters in the comments today. Absolutely fabulous stuff. And they're all cheering on. They're all cheering on for David at the moment, because he is 3.7 seconds away from Slim at the moment. It's a shame that Slim and Vanquish made contact, really, wasn't it? Because it was a fantastic freeway battle, and up until that point, it was so clean, wasn't it? And Michael was saying he's going nuts. Jeffrey said, "Let's go crazy, Dave." Oh, lovely shot there. As we're coming into the twilight now of this race then. Lap 31 out of 33 then. Now Slim in the background now. He is now 3.5 seconds in front of Dave. And also Hillsrap is at 7/10 of a second behind at Jacob. I think those are the Blaz is only 2 seconds behind Hillsrap as well. So we're keeping an eye on that as well. And oh yes, and also very good points in the comment section. That's why you guys are so helping me so much, because I must admit I got a brain like yeah. Let's just say that all the important knowledge just seems to leak away. But Slim does have a 3-second penalty, and Dave is within that 3 seconds now. Has Dave got a penalty? I don't think he has. And look at this. Look at how much these cars are pushing then towards the end of this race. As Deneen there is going off to start to harvest, because look at this. Vanquish has been harvesting quite well for the past couple of laps now, as this is going to be very tense for everyone involved in this race. Hillsrap and Jacob are still battling for position. Dave M is now going to be, we got a yellow flag. It's Jacob, and now there he is. He's out of the races. That turn 9 again is Jacob will get a point at least, but yeah, that's a oh blimey, it's been a dodgy corner, that turn that turn 9, but because on the inside, and didn't just reckons him enough room there. Vanquish couldn't get it done, but remember, he's still got a lot of errors left on lap 32 out of 33. This is going to be very tense in the last 2 laps or so. And Deneen there is just getting himself into the right position. Now, he's seen what Vanquish can do, so he knows that Vanquish is very quick. And you can see, look at that, there's a bit of an end plate there as well earlier on in the race. So, oh my gosh, yeah, and Dave Verstappen, amazing stuff. And David Verstappen is actually is now almost under a second then, so he's almost in DRS range coming into the final stages of this of this absolutely fantastic race. Of course, yes, Dave is of course from Holland, so I presume he's a Max Verstappen fan. It's great to see all the Dutch fans following all over the world. It's probably one of the highlights of the race weekend, isn't it? Anyway, but I think that as much as that is great, as this race has been absolutely fantastic, hasn't it? Dave is in a second now. He's in DRS range on lap 32 out of 33. This is the final lap then of the Spanish Grand Prix. Deneen is now again, and he's only 0.3 of a second in front. But look at this, his fuel light is flashing. And Vanquist has got to go for it down into turn one. He's through. But Deneen is trying to go on the inside. Oh my gosh, and Deneen's lost it. He's lost it. Oh no. And he should have enough time to get himself. Dave is up in the third position. Deneen is just recovering now. There's Deneen, but Dave has moved up into third position. Fantastic race from Dave, and I'm waiting for the comments to go wild. It is absolutely fantastic stuff, absolutely fantastic indeed. Vanquish has taken the lead on the last lap of this race. He has been battling Slim for several laps, and then he has been battling Deneen for the last several laps, and Deneen I think was probably hanging there too much, and absolutely fantastic stuff indeed. And now then coming down to the final couple of corners, then Vanquish has got, and look, Dave is all over the back of Deneen then. As you can see, we're on board with Dave now then. We haven't seen much of Dave towards the end of the last part of the race, but he is going to be on the podium, and his fans are going to be absolutely ecstatic with it. But not as ecstatic as this man, I don't think. Vanquish comes round the final corner and he wins the Spanish Grand Prix, and this is his second race win of the season. Fantastic for Vanquish. Deneen comes through to finish second. An incredible battle from Vanquish. Dave is second then. A brilliant drive from Dave then. Dave moves up into second towards the end. Slim is dropped down to fifth. Jamie is up into fourth. Knowlesy finishes sixth. Hills are up, coming through to finish seventh. Blaz is in eighth position. I think he's going for the fastest lap then. And they're all going wild. They're all going wild as Dave has got up to second on the podium. Fantastic. Blaz coming through now. I'm wondering if he was going for fastest lap here towards the end of this race. Absolutely brilliant stuff. I gotta say, that is Jones is a close run thing, isn't it? And Blazers get the fast lap. He gets a bonus point, remember. So well done to Blazer. And the debutant from Greece, Samarellas, gets 9th position. Absolutely mesmerising. Whew. Wow. Absolutely fantastic stuff. I think you guys have been great on the comments today. Absolutely brilliant stuff. Amazing, absolutely amazing. Great win there from Vanquish there. His second race win of the season, and wow, I don't think they would come harder than that. Battling Slim, battling Deneen, all the way to the finish. Brilliant. This man is just phenomenal. Dave, of course, absolutely great way to start his IRC Elite career with a second position there, really showing his consistency. And Deneen will be disappointed, I think, to be third in the end, really. But he was leading into the first corner was leading on the last lap, wasn't he? Ooh. I think I deserve XP after that. That was incredible. Let's just quickly go through the final results then from the Spanish Grand Prix round 5 of IRC Elite. So Vanquish won then from an incredible day for Vanquish. Dave was second, 8 seconds away in the end. His consistency really showed, and he got a very quick lap as well. Deneen, a 3-second penalty there cost him towards the end, didn't it, when he made a mistake. 4th position there was Jamie. Slim 5th there. I think he'd be disappointed in the end with that. 6th position Knowlesy, great job from 13th on the grid to 6th. Hills are wrapped with 7th. I think he'd be disappointed with how that race has gone. Blaz in 8th position. Samarella is in 9th position, and Carton is in 10th position. Well, I don't think he'll get a point though, because Carton, I think, Carton shouldn't get a point. Jacob in 11th, and Jacob is out of the race. So is Nigel, Samster, Lucas, and BP. Wow, I'm not sure what you guys think, but that was pretty amazing. Yeah, and just in the comments actually, it's a Dutch 1, 2, and 4. they've dominated this race today, aren't they? Brilliant. And I think Hills Rugby probably one of the most disappointing drivers tonight, but I think he showed really good pace in qualifying, and hopefully could build on that towards later on in the season. As we're just waiting for the countdown. Oh. Oh yes, and a very good job there from Dave Shaw, of course, promoting about Super tomorrow. Of course, we've got to go through all this again tomorrow. Excellent stuff. Of course, we've got the 2 Dutch drivers racing tomorrow in IRC Super, and of course Steve Penny said a great warm-up for the Super League tomorrow. Great job. It absolutely is fantastic stuff. I hope you all enjoyed that race. I certainly have. I'm really tempted to go back and watch it to actually see what actually happened for it, because I can't remember anything now. But yeah, of course, remember tomorrow is the IRC Super guys' turn, and I'm really looking forward to seeing what those guys can do, because really they got a lot to follow after tonight's race. Fantastic stuff. Also, next week is going to be the dreaded Monaco. I'm really looking forward to next week's Grand Prix. It's usually one of the highlights of the season for me, not for the driver, so unfortunately, but definitely for me. It's going to be epic race. Will it be as epic as this race? It's going to be hard to follow, isn't it? But well, you can definitely give it a go. I'm not sure if any of the drivers will be joining us. We usually have someone join us, but I don't think we are, which is a bit of a shame, really. So yeah, I think that'll be it for tonight, guys. Thank you for joining us. Absolutely fantastic stuff. Remember, tomorrow is Super, so we're looking forward to that. And of course, Michael has said, we all race. I love you. Join you guys. And yeah, fantastic stuff, Michael. Looking forward to seeing you. Looking forward to seeing everyone tomorrow for the Super League. Anyway, from here, it's goodbye.